1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Aisha Nayab. First, the headlines. Prime Minister says rapid economic growth triggered by government's prudent policies will help overcome inflation and unemployment in the country. Prime Minister Imran Khan has ruled out any talks with India until it rescinds the illegal steps of 5th August 2019 in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, saying such a step will be tantamount to treachery with people of Kashmir. Hurriyat leaders have hailed UN General Assembly chief's remarks that UN policy on the Kashmir dispute is governed by its charter and relevant resolution of United Nations Security Council. Foreign Minister has reiterated Pakistan's resolve to further deepen and diversify bilateral cooperation with Iraq in the fields of defence and defence production. Minister for Religious Affairs says Pakistan is in touch with the Saudi authorities as they are taking major Muslim countries into confidence before reaching a final decision on Hajj. Deputy Head of Mission of the State of Palestine has urged the international community to hold Israel accountable for its atrocities against Palestinian people. 29 people were killed in different incidents of violence in different provinces of Afghanistan during the last 24 hours. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has said the country's economy has been put on the right direction with economic indicators on the positive trajectory. Interacting with the general public via telephone today, he said the country has come out of economic crisis against the expectations of the opposition and it will now move forward in the economic front. Imran Khan said the economy has witnessed accelerated growth due to the policies of the government. Nobody was anticipating the 3.94% growth for the current year, but there are estimates that it will go beyond 4%. The Prime Minister said increase in growth will also help the issues of inflation and unemployment. He said there is unprecedented activity in the construction sector besides the record sale of tractors, cars and motorcycles. The Prime Minister said FBR has collected record 4,143 billion rupees so far in taxes during the current fiscal year despite the challenge posed by COVID-19. Expressing satisfaction over the way Pakistan handled the pandemic, the Prime Minister said the system of FBR is being automated, which will help bring more people into the tax net and significantly enhance our revenue. The Prime Minister said no tax will be imposed on the poor people in the next budget. Imran Khan said his main focus is to provide better health facilities to the disadvantaged segments of the society and a network of hospitals will be established in the country. Responding to a query of another caller, Imran Khan said a committee has been established to categorize illegal and illegal housing societies. He said this list will also be put on a website so that the people are not defrauded by the illegal housing societies. Prime Minister Imran Khan categorically stated that Pakistan will not sit with India for talks until it rescinds the illegal steps of 5th August 2019 in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. He said normalization with India at this moment will amount to treachery with the people of Kashmir. He said true trade cannot be carried out with India when it is committing worst human rights violations in the illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The Prime Minister said Pakistan stands firmly with the Kashmir people. Imran Khan said Palestine's situation is very similar to the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. He said there is greater awareness in the world now about the atrocities that Israel is perpetrating against Palestinians. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Hurriyat leaders have hailed the remarks by United Nations General Assembly Chief Volkan Bozkır that the United Nations policy on the Kashmir dispute is governed by the UN Charter and the relevant resolutions of the UN Security Council. The APHC leaders urged UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres and the United Nations Council for Human Rights to take steps to stop genocide of the Kashmiris. Jammu-based organization United Peace Alliance termed Volkan Bozkır's remarks a clear rejection of the unilateral steps taken by India on August 5, 2019. Meanwhile, Kashmiri's organization condemned the murder and rape of Asia and Nilofer by the Indian forces in Shopaya in May 2009, demanded probe into the accident. APHC leader Devinder Singh Bahal called for an immediate release of all detained Kashmiri Hurriyat leaders. The Kashmir Economic Alliance leaders stated that India has made the life of the people of Kashmir miserable on the pretext of corona pandemic. They pointed out that the Kashmiris were being deliberately crippled economically. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi held a meeting with Iraqi Defense Minister Jumainat Sadoun Khattam in Baghdad today and discussed defense cooperation between the two countries. The two foreign ministers noted with contempt the steady growth in bilateral defense relations. They reviewed the progress made on various aspects of defense collaboration. The Iraqi defense minister appreciated the professionalism of Pakistan's armed forces and the technical advancements made by the country in defense production. Shah Mahmood Qureshi reiterated Pakistan's resolve to further deepen and diversify bilateral cooperation in the field of defense and defense production. Minister for Religious Affairs and Interfaith Harmony Dr. Noorul Haq Qadri has said Saudi Arabia has not announced a Hajj policy for this year yet. However, Pakistan keeps complete arrangements to send limited pilgrims for Hajj. In an exclusive interview with the Voice of America, he said that Pakistan government is in contact with Saudi authorities and they also wanted to take major Muslim countries in confidence before final decision. This is Radio Pakistan. Deputy Head of Mission of the State of Palestine, Nader K. Al-Turk, has urged the international community to hold Israel accountable for its atrocities against Palestinian people. In an interview published in the newspaper today, he said the countries should stop a weapon supply to Israel as these are being used against Palestinian children and innocent civilians in blatant violations of international laws and human rights principles. He said the Palestinian people under occupation have the full right to defend themselves and resist the occupation to protect their freedom. He said the war crimes being committed by Israel cannot be viewed as self-defense, as targeting civilians, killing children and women, destroying homes and other infrastructures including schools and hospitals is not consistent with the principle of self-defense. The deputy head of mission said, "We appreciate the strong support by Pakistan and all Islamic and Arab countries for the Palestinian people and their legitimate rights." He said Pakistan has taken one of the strongest positions in support of the Palestinian people and their just cause, and this support increases our strength and determination to continue legitimate struggle to establish an independent Palestinian state. In Afghanistan, at least 29 people were killed, while dozens other injured in different incidents of violence in Herat, Kapisa, Pawan and Laghman provinces. 4 people, including 2 university lecturers, were killed and several others were wounded when a roadside bomb struck with their bus in the Pawan province. On the other hand, 10 civilians were killed and 8 more were wounded when a mortar landed on a home where a wedding ceremony was underway in Thagab district in Kapisa province. In another incident, 6 railway guards were killed as a roadside bomb hit their car in the Herat province. Meanwhile, 9 Taliban were killed as security forces stormed their hideout in Alishing district of Laghman province today. In a statement issued today, the Afghan Interior Ministry accused the Taliban of killing nearly 250 civilians and wounded more than 500 in roadside bomb blast and other attacks over the past month. In Colombia, the army has taken the control over the city of Cali following the death of at least 13 people in riots. President Ivan K. ordered the military deployment to disperse violent demonstration being staged across the country against proposed tax increase. In New Zealand, the state of emergency has been declared in the province of Canterbury today due to devastations caused by floods and continued torrential rains. Mass evacuation has taken place in the flood-hit areas as thousands of homes are at risk due to rise of Ashburton River. Meanwhile, the government has issued a red warning for heavy rain in the Temora and Ashburton districts, besides the deployment of army for rescue and relief work. And finally, the weather. Hot and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, a rain thunderstorm is expected at few places in Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletin on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.